RhythmCityFM.net.
Your body, every man want to start out. Only one man alone you want to talk about. 10 out of 10 your name they can't call out. Girl, the model better than Kim Kardashian. Amber Rosa follow you on Instagram. Every man want a piece of you something. Ever blessed way. Slow wine for me, back it up for me. For me know your body right and your body tight. Bubble up for me. When you enter the dance, man see you, man see you, man see you.
And when she turn back, hey, man, see you. RKG, any plenty girl, see him. And if Star Boy stuff in the house, see you. Yo, I think I could do a remix of that now. I'm not gonna lie. That is probably one of my favorite girl tunes from RKG at all times. You understand? No apology. We ain't even taking break. The artist here already.
Yo.
Brother.
Are you good? You hear me loud and clear?
Boy, crispy boy. The internet down there working nice, boy.
Nice. Well, boy, when you play that song, it brings back so much memories because I want to say big shouts to you guys out there in Brooklyn and Queens and saying because really, when that song dropped, it didn't really get much traction here and it started getting traction in the middle parties in Brooklyn and that kind of vibes, So big shouts to all the guys for that kind of support, you know what I mean?
No introduction needed. If you guys know, you know. And if you don't know after the interview, you're definitely going to know. Bring it to the forum, to the stage. My good brethren, RKG, singer, songwriter, multiple genres, artist, radio announcer, DJ, and the list goes on. That's now mighty RKG in a little movie and thing, boy.
Just now. I had movies already.
Wait, you see what going on?
I had movies already, man. Actually, it's a movie that we did. Actually, myself and Escata. You know, Escata.
Escata.
I know what it. Yeah, Escata. You know, we actually. I don't know when it's gonna release. Do it. We shot that about that was in the pandemic.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I have that and I have one in the weekend. So yeah, movies is definitely something. If you watch the music videos, always try to
it's
do one
quality
music videos like movies.
Yeah, quality as well. And it have a storyline and everything just proper. So
that
tell
kind
us,
of vibe, you know what I mean?
Talk to me, boy. How you been? Which album you working on currently?
Well, actually, I'm a third album. My first album had that song, Get They Pose. That was Caribbean Born.
This was Caribbean Born.
Yeah, that is the album that People Music, which is the sub-label to VP Records, they distributed and they still distributing it, you know what I mean? And then I had Eccentric. Eccentric is an album that, had Aya Rastafari, Smiddy Light, Ibon Babylon, and some great songs on the album. But what happened is, when I did that album, the pandemic come and hit us. My whole idea with the album was to travel and do some little promotional tours, come back out in the US because I've been traveling a while. You know what I mean? But currently, I'm working on my new album with songs like the one that we're going to feature today, Things From My Mind. And that new album is called Fully Digital.
Explain to me the concept behind that album.
Oh boy, that's some controversy behind that.
Because I ain't gonna lie, RKG, you're hot on the media these days, Right now you're trending,
No. So I keep it 100 with my people, you know what I mean? I've been working radio over about, let me say maybe about 20, 21 years. Right? I want to sell out my age, but I work in radio at that time, you know what I mean?
A while.
A while, you know? I'm very young. I've seen artists come, I've seen artists go. And what happened, I realized, and I'm going to keep it 100 with you guys, there's a lot of great music coming out of Trinidad and Tobago. There's a lot of great music coming out of the Caribbean. But for some reason, and I've said it before, we have little cliques. And, some people may call it the soca mafia, right?
Mafia,
some people
call it now, call it.
No. I will be real. No, there's no wrong table mafia. There's no mafia where we say there's one guy and there's a wrong table. No, there are pockets of people that have their little scene running. No, nothing is wrong with brothers helping each other and defending the art form and defending who you all want to defend, right?
Right.
But there's an issue where a lot of times people try to, or I should say, boy, favoritism in other words, right? It's a lot of favoritism and thing. But I don't want to really make the interview about that today because the last time I spoke about that is me and that killer. We were on a live and I went
Right.
in, and if you saw that live, you know what I mean? And I went in and to be real with you, Killer is my dog, but Killer do something that I was really too pleased about after that live. And I said to myself, I would never do something like that again. I would never do a live talking about it because the fact is it exists. But sometimes when you talk, I'll get something, I'll tell you something, right? No. Sometimes when you talk about something, it's are two things that happen. It's are two sides. The people that believe we're saying and the people that saying, boy, he just bitter, he just sour. You know what I mean? It's have those people, but only I know what I and I going through. Only you would know where you're going through at the end of the day. But moving forward, that is how I came with the concept of fully digital to tie back everything that I said because I realized um you cannot, even though I am working on radio and I'm working on one of the top radio stations in Trinidad now, even though that is reality, I even as an artist cannot depend on radio for my music. If you understand what I say that. We
Of
live in a
course. Of
digital world
course.
now. We live in a there are artists that never get radio play but making millions of dollars because of their streams. You know what? Because they're selling out concerts and they don't get no they're not commercial. They are underground artists doing these things, you know what I mean? So I said to myself, I said, KG Evergreen, you've been in the game for quite a while. You have all right, for instance, like you said earlier, you said Pose is your favorite song. Now there are people who say I don't like Pose, but I like Aya Rastafari or I like Multi Pumping. So Multi Pumping was played out in New York at a time when it's
Multi
dropped.
bumping
You
is
know what I mean?
another big one too as well.
Right? Or I like Busta Wine. Keisha give me, Melissa give me, this is the girl pumping time. That was one of my biggest songs. That was back in 2010. You know what I mean? Kids Kitty Fabulous was in that rhythm. Treasons was in that rhythm. You know, I had a song from way back then. I don't know if you know that song. That was like, well, 15 years ago, a song called Cheating Thing. We don't really like the cheating thing. What me have to say you are the sweetest thing. You know what I mean? So I've a lot of songs that has that international kind of vibe and that kind of food thing. You know what I mean? So me doing this album is to say how we're going on. Let me go fully digital. If radio don't play it, you understand? There's social media, there's a lot of songs and you
That
would know
other
this
that other
when
avenues.
thank you, them other avenues. TikTok picking a lot of songs right now. So my thing when I drop music now, I'm not dependent on radio, even though I am working on radio. So a lot of you might say, why are you saying that he working on radio? He have advantage. Not because he working on radio. We always have an advantage. Sometimes there's a disadvantage to that because I have one of the not a brag or some boost, like that. I have one of the biggest shows right now on radio in Trinidad from 12 to 3. So not every selector will want to, hey, let me game that forward. You know what I mean? So I know in the era where I have to depend on social media and not just the broadcast of a radio station. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you have to make yourself hot in a sense too. Because like
Yeah.
another good friend of mine, Charles Marshall, always say like it take years for his music to play on radio. And even though he was working on a radio station as well, like you say sometime them days it was CDs. Say sometime he come and he rest down a CD there and the big boy say, hey, that ain't playing it today. So it's a lot of fight that, is
Um,
also a disadvantage as well. You know?
let me tell you something. Let me tell you something about that, bro. I keep it 100 with you. That for me, I was not wrong when Charles did his first song. And to me, that wasn't the case because when Charles did his first song, he did it under something called Link Up Studios. I was under Link Up Studios too. So time we dropped songs back then, it was playing right away. I am not saying that like any other artist, he would have had struggles like myself or any other artist. But in terms of um, getting the music play, that wasn't the issue back then. now time has changed in terms of a lot of um a lot of music right now. You can't depend on radio. We have 30 something radio stations in Trinidad, bro, right? So you have to do your marketing as an artist. You have to go out and do your marketing.
And a
That
touch
those days
road.
what Shah was talk, yeah, those days what Shah was talking about it. So there are two radio stations, bro. It's at the
Correct.
station
It
that he
had
working on,
98 and
and
90.
90 point.
Yep.
Thank you. You know what I mean? So it
I
was
was there
different
around them
back
time,
then.
man.
Yeah, yeah,
When
that's what
was
I
using
mean.
CDs.
Yeah, yeah. CDs
So
was the thing.
let me touch on this topic. So you want to get soca music to the Grammys, like one of the bigger topics right now. And when I tell you you're trending. Tell me a little about that.
All right, so let me talk about something before we talk about the Grammys, right? Um, a lot of people talk about the Grammys, but I'm gonna ask you: do you know the procedure to get onto the Grammys or to vote
Absolutely
to the
not.
Grammys?
Nah.
All right, so let me explain something that a lot of people don't know, and I'm glad that you're recording this interview because you could post it up after, right? Um, the thing about music, bro, to be certified, all right, to vote in the Grammys, you have to be a certified voter. That means you have to be a registered voter. So let's say you're doing music for the last 10, 15 years, you could sign up to be a voter in the Grammys. And that's the only how somebody could vote in the Grammys. And I can tell you this because I've been considered twice. I've been considered with the Caribbean Born album that Vipa Music is distributing. And I was also considered recently with that song called Zungusha, right? That was one of my more popular songs, right? That single was considered, it was shortlisted, and it was under the first album. The first album was considered in the reggae category, and this single that was recently considered Zungusha, that was considered in something called the global performance category. Cash was also in that category. You know what I mean? And the global performance, if you realize, soca itself do not have a category in the Grammys
Definitely.
as yet.
They call it all kind of thing.
All kind of thing. You know what I mean? So to answer your question, bro, I represent soca music. But at the same time, I can't lie, I can't come on an interview and lie. Uh my music is heavy influenced by dancehall music, right? That's like how you play Pose and other songs as well. So, but we as a Trinidad Union, I represent soca, but it doesn't stop me from dabbling in different genres of
It's
music because
happening.
majority of my music is mostly crossover music. You know what I mean? So the Grammys now is something that you know that we look forward to, but we need to, every single selector, every industry person, if you want an artist from the Caribbean to be considered in the Grammys or even get a Grammy nomination, you guys have to go and be registered voters. That is the only way because let me be real. When no, there are Mill Beats registered. I think there's what's his name again? Precision. That is the producer guy. He's a registered voter now. But before that, it only had about two or three people in Trinidad that was registered. And then they asked the question, how many people in the Caribbean registered? You know what I mean?
It's
So
crazy
it's a
though.
lot of work. So we have to deal with that voice enough, boy, before we could even have a conversation about the Grammys. But we
So
have music that I think capable to really, do
right,
well in the Grammys.
that was my next question. You think we capable of reaching the like in the next 10, 20 years? You think we are the
But
'cause
I would say I would
honestly, as also a lot of artists still don't register the music to get royalties. A lot of men still don't believe in royalties and doing it proper. Yo,
yeah.
RKG have a studio. Yeah, we gonna record on 5 rhythms. And then the
Yeah,
music
yeah, yeah,
not
yeah,
done
yeah,
right. And next thing you know, 20 years down the line, the producer had the rights to all the song and he registered it and he getting all the money. I don't
yeah,
think the
yeah, yeah,
music
yeah,
is
yeah.
being done right. You get the views, but
Right.
you don't get the monetary aspect. And it's not very easy for a lot of artists to get visa to fly out and do a show, so to say.
That is correct. That is correct. You hit the nail on the head there by saying there are a lot of artists who want to be in the business, but they don't understand the business. They don't study
Or
the
they're
business. They
not
don't
around the
understand.
right people to learn certain things.
But let me tell you something, right? if you see my email, I just get hundreds of songs every day, hundreds of songs from different artists every day, and they are artists that established to even send a good bio or even a good photo. They
A
don't
little
have a good
press release.
a little, and they doing music for the last 20 years, bro. That is Lou. You know what I mean? You can't
Yeah.
really
Understand.
go anywhere with that kind of mentality. You know, a man rather do so and buy a sneakers that cost 5,000, 7,000 TT than go and spend 1,000 TT to do a proper photo shoot. You understand what I'm saying?
Correct.
So that is my thing, you know. But I think we have this song, right? If you listen now, for those who are watching this interview or might watch this interview in the future, because I know it's being recorded. If you go and check out my album Caribbean Born, it's streaming right now. If you check out Eccentric, there are songs on those albums that didn't really wasn't really popular, but it has the potential to appeal to a wider audience. If
It
you
had the
understand what I'm
essence
saying.
with, yeah. It had the essence. It had
Right.
the substance. It have
Now, the
everything.
majority of my songs that got popular here was plenty of the Brockout songs. Things like every party she go tell her girl do waste your time. And we say what? Wine and give them, bubble and give them. Like them kind of party tune. But some of my songs, like I have a song called Dancing in the Dark. You know what I mean? Syndicate actually, the guys out there in New York, Syndicate, they work on that also. That's on my second album. You know, but
Or the
this
DJ
album
Love.
here, bro.
The DJ Love is our next big one too.
Right, DJ Love, you know what I mean? Those songs weren't really popular here, but in terms of the streaming and stuff, it had more streams. And but this album that I coming with here, boy, stuff like this, I don't. This album, I feel like this is a lot of great work on this album.
So, any features or you're doing it solo?
Good, alright.
Or you ain't want
Yeah.
to give out, you ain't want to put the cap
Nah,
on the bag yet.
I go lay out one. Um, I have one coming with Ioctine, right?
Okay.
I have a feature. I have a feature with Ioctine. Um, I've got another feature, but I want to talk about. I want to talk about that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you have to save it, you
So
have to stream it. And when is
yeah.
the release date? When is the set release date?
All right. So looking had my concert not last year, year before Zumbusha. I'm looking to do it again this year is either June month end or July month end. So what I would do, I would actually have a album release before the concert. You know what I mean? Like let me say a month. So
You
let's say
kill two birds
maybe
with
at the
one
end of
stone.
June. At the end of June, I should release the album. The album have songs like I have a song called Zack. Right now, this album is a more conscious side of me in the sense that the music is, although you might hear like trap dance soul, the lyrics is positive lyrics. Like I have a song called Dark, right? Um, Things from my mind. I have a song as a kind of reggaeton dance soul called
Right, the thing on your
Hospital.
mind, that one didn't release yet or is releasing soon?
No, it released already. It released already. It released already.
That's the one you sent.
That's it.
Right, that's the one you sent.
Yeah, yeah, right. We have this one. I have a song called Suicidal, which is a topic people don't really like to talk about. You know what I mean? Um, I have a song called Sin, right? And the album is one that it's gonna touch the soul of the people, and that is why I decided to do this album because I think you can do music that you can party to, but they can still, even when you're partying, they can touch you in some way. You know what I
And
mean?
a little message in between.
Yeah, that is it.
Right, nice man. So, release date. Talk to me.
Release date of what?
Huh? The album,
Of
the new
what?
album.
No, that is what I'm telling you. What it should be in June, but I don't have a set date yet. But all
Oh,
I know
okay.
it would
Sometime in
be
June.
God's willing, it would be June month and yeah.
And I'm assuming on all platforms. Spotify.
Yeah, everything, everything, everything on all platforms. It's gonna be on all platforms, and actually, I wanna kind of my focus right now is the concert because this is where, as an artist or even as a DJ, this is where you test your fan base now. It's okay for a promoter to say, Yo, Snuff. Yeah. Rhythm City. Let me hear all the DJs. Right? But when you could do your own show and put on your own show, that is you testing your
It's a
fan base. I,
difference,
I
yeah.
love to do that.
Yeah,
Yeah. I love to do that.
you're seeing how far your reach really is.
Thank you. Because
Right, right,
I will
right.
tell you something. I remember when I was playing on the concert, some people were saying, boy, KH, you feeling ready for a concert yet, boy? And I was like, yeah, I mean, it ain't gonna be a concert like Barrett and Levy in concert or Sizzler in concert. But I put it on my show. You know, you have to aspire to be something. And what happened? I put on the show, live band, everything. You know, had a nice turnout. If you all, for those who viewing, if you go on YouTube and you type RKG Zungusha the concert, it's up on YouTube. You know, you can view it yourself. It's a real
I think
nice turnout. And
back when the concert was coming down to the nitty gritty, like the days I actually see it was posting like band performances and sessions and them. That was real
yeah,
nice too.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But
yeah, yeah.
I
A lot of
watching I on Instagram scrolling watching RKG performing like you in front and sweating and thing, you know. How
Nice.
important is band practice and like rehearsals and stuff? I don't think a lot of people take that
Bro,
serious, like song check and thing.
bro, let me tell you something. I'll be real with you. After that concert, the next morning, I literally couldn't get up. And I'm going to explain when I say I couldn't get up. I was roast because my team is a small team. You know what I mean? And I had to, you know, sometimes you have to do a lot, you know? And I had a lot of rehearsals to do, right? Um, the rehearsal is very important because at the end of the day, people coming to see it, they're coming to spend the money. They want a show, right? They want a show. It's not like you run up on stage and they do a thing. I talking about I perform for about an hour and a half, right? An hour and a half on a stage and had the crowd in a frenzy. And the thing is, I every week I had about coming up to the show, I had about 2 or 3 rehearsals. And those each rehearsal was like 2 hours. 2 hours, 2 hours and something. You know what I mean? So it's a lot of work you put into actually go because remember this is not my band, right? This is a band. This is musicians. It's like I put musicians together. You understand? Or maybe I decide to pay a band to back me up. So in this situations, it was a band that were already existed and they changed a few musicians for my concert, right? So it was a lot of them learning these songs, making sure you get it right. You know, sometimes you'd spend about 20 minutes on one song. So it's a lot of work. It's very important. At least if you want to take your craft seriously, you know, anybody can go up and perform with a track, right?
Correct.
But to perform with a band is a whole different level.
That coordination had to be on point. It had to be full 100.
Yeah, yeah.
The band people like the drummers and everybody with that had to be constantly watching you and like if you get them
Yeah,
a thing and say low,
yeah,
you know.
yeah,
All right, all
yeah.
right.
You gotta be
So
able to mesh and go ahead.
this, what would you? Because a lot of people, as they say, like they performing with a track. I see a lot of people now. Like I've been to different carnivals and they have like the Ableton tracks. It's singing like a band by RKG boy.
Yeah, yeah, the Ableton
The
band.
Stratters use that too. And he just pressing a
Yeah,
button
yeah,
and it low in. She said low and he press a button true and he I say,
yeah,
what? So
yeah,
you think
yeah,
that
yeah.
technology will phase out like the band aspect of the performance, or you think it is
Sorry.
the band will actually kind of overcome that in the
I
future?
don't think, Chad, let me tell you something. Right now we're dealing with AI, so anything possible. I was watching a video recently with some restaurants in the States where it's strictly AI. Strictly AI. So there's no humans working in this restaurant, it's AI. So anything possible, bro. But what I would say, music to get the best out of music, it needs to be soulful. I'll give you an example. Um, some years ago, I was interviewing this guy called Jeffrey Osborne. That is the big soul singer, right? As really younger back in those days, I was like 21. And in the interview, I asked him, I say, music from your era, it sounded so, I mean, it still lasts. It's had longevity. While a lot of the music right now, it might hear a song hot for 5 months, and after that, in it. And a song hot for
If
about
so
a
much,
year, after
if so
if
much,
so
that
much,
better
right?
than in lasting no more boy.
So he was saying that the reason why their music, like Michael Jackson and Luther Vandross and these guys' music had the longevity is because it had a lot of soul in it. And he said his soul, where his soul came from, is actually the live band. Because long time now, a man is going in a studio and programming. He will program a beat on a computer, on Logic or whatever. But with a band now, long ago, like Bob Marley and these guys, you'll bring in a bass man, you'll bring in a traps man, you'll bring in, and everybody will have their own identity. So when the band start to jam now, you're getting a lot of soul. So to answer your question, bro, I do think yes, a lot of people can use Ableton and a lot of people can use different things to eradicate the cost. But really and truly, the human element in music is something that nobody carries.
Correct.
Human element.
That coordination and everything, it will make the performance a little bit different. All right.
Yeah.
Makes sense, man. Well, RKG, give the people on them your socials. Give them your email. Give them all the information to get to you.
You can follow me. It's so funny that you say that, bro. I just actually after 2 years, rediscover X or Twitter. You know what I mean?
X, yeah.
I lost my password. Yeah, I lost my password. It's about a few days ago, I ended up getting it back. So I'm on all digital platforms at RKG the artist. That's RKG, D as in dangerous, ARTISTE. Instagram, X, TikTok, Facebook, everything. Yeah, everything. For bookings, you could email me at rkgbookings@gmail.com. That again is rkgbookings@gmail.com. And yeah, check out the new music videos out. But just see it.
On YouTube. Type in RKG, you go see it. All right, so we're gonna feature Thing Pon My Mind, brand new, coming out of the brand new album. Should be dropping they say like around June month 10.
June month 10, yeah.
June month 10. Okay, get them my introduction now, man.
All right. Yo, big up Rhythm City RKG. Oh, this is a song for those who listening. Yeah, I want you to do. You close your eyes and we turn up the volume. Turn it up. Close your eyes and just think, just meditate. This song have a message that every single person listening to could relate to somehow. So big up Rhythm City. It's called Things for My Mind. And yours truly RKG.
Yes, RKG.
Sometimes I feel like me heart a steel. Still enough scars when me not try heal. Stay to myself, enough of them not real. Them love mixed with greed. Me talking to the youths in the projects. I like know it's hard, but you beg it trust the process. The more you dream, the more you try, the more you progress. I'm grateful it's how which craft get your soul check. Me are the greatest from birth. Success I fit the perfect picture. Forget all of them who say them with ya. Time of the real judge. I snitch tell and all them who switch up. They make no friend, they get you on no mix up. Sometimes you wonder how them feel when them friend gone down the drain. Life simple, but some of them live too easy if you run out like syrup. We try lose things for my mind, but sometimes it's too full up. So they stay to myself and me, and they agree on me. Life full of pain and me, now see change. They pray hard for me, feel like God, them not listen. But I'm perfect when I question jealousy. Me blessing they feel out there. So me follow me dreams and without fear. Times are the storm, you alone. When it's hard to rise, watch all who appear when it's hard to rise. Sometimes I feel like me heart are still enough scars when me not try heal. Still to myself, enough of them not real.
Brand new RKG, it's called Thing Pon My Mind.
The projects, we know it's hard, but we beg.
Make sure you guys go stream it.
More you dream, more
YouTube, Spotify, Apple Music.
Witchcraft get your soul checked. The greatest from birth. Success I fit the perfect picture. Forget all of them who say them richer. Snitch tell all them who switch up. They make no friend, they get you on no mix up. Sometimes you wonder how them feel when them friend gone down the drain. Life simple, but some of them live too easy if you run up like syrup. We try lose things for my mind, but sometimes it's too full up. Me stay to myself and me, and they agree on me. Life full of pain and me, nasty change. Pray hard, but me feel like God, them not listen. But I'm perfect, and I question jealousy. My blessing they feel out there. So me follow my dreams and without fear. Times are the storm, you alone. when it fall who arise. Watch all who appear when it come. Don't only miss you when you're gone. Them a wolf and sheep in a farm. Your friends are the last with you, yeah. Are the same ones who bad mind your name when you be up on stage. Shut up.
Jeez. Lyrics like that, boy. Lyrics like that, boy. Yo, RKG, I think there's a different side of RKG, you know. This one different. This one definitely sound different from everything I ever heard.
I want to tell you something, right? Yeah, yesterday, you and 100 people saying that right now, but I want to say something, right? Now, sometimes you might be down a lane and you might start something, and not everybody might tap in at once. If you understand what I'm saying. People know tapping into that side, but I'm going to tell you something. Right now, I have 3 songs like this on the album, around the same, matter of fact, about 4 songs, around the same mood. Right? This vibe started when I have a song called Love Life. I don't know if you know that song, right? That song is around the same vibe as this, and that song was inspired by a brethren who died, a guy named Leroy Thomas Gotti. He was part of Copper Shot Song System. He was also one of the, a stalwarts in Trinidad in terms of videography and that kind of thing. He shot my Spanish dancer video, but he was one of the wickedest mic men back in the days, and he passed away from cancer. And that is what kind of inspired me to do some positive music. So that song there, this song that you're listening to, right, is Love Life around the same mood. And I have the song Dark, and then I have this. But what happened, a lot of people kind of, they really catch on to those songs. Now they love it. I have people that call me and say, boy, this song, sometimes they feel suicidal, and this song really get them out of hole. But this song, like, it just plays things over my mind for some reason. Just, I just said, and you're DJ in the background, right? Yeah, boy, this is a different style. But I've been doing it. But the thing about it is only now people kind of on tape now, if you know what I'm saying.
Correct. Yeah. They know start to pay attention because
you
do soca. I hear some Spanish music. I hear Afro beats, reggae.
Yeah.
Now this kind, as you say, like the trap dance called, also similar to Trinidad in a sense.
Trinidad,
There's like a positive Trinidad.
Right. So here what? I have a son. Now, funny enough, right? I have a son that doing Trinidad music. I have a 20-year-old son. And you have a song, actually, I will send you guys it. It just dropped about a week ago. He goes by the name of Kinglet. Now, the thing about it is, it sounds Trinidadish. But what I will tell you is, Trinidad is a movement. I came from doing dancehall, well, we might call local dancehall, way before Trinidad. So for me now to come and call myself a Trinidad artist, I will be fooling myself away. You understand what I'm saying?
Right, correct.
So Trinidad exists, and I love what the artists and them doing in terms of, there are some really nice songs. You know what I mean? But me as an individual, I am doing what I would say is local dancehall. If people want to call it Trinidad, it's up to them. But I can't call myself Trinidad because Trinidad is a movement. And Trinidad is the youth of this era. I'm not from this era. I am from how many years ago, but still very relevant now. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Right. All right. Yeah, boy. This one, Jojo, this one hard, boy. Yeah, this one hard.
Yeah.
But RKG, boy, thanks for hanging with us today. And anytime when the album come back, we had to hopefully up the road.
Yeah.
You come in the studio.
No, what's that? It's time for me to watch that. Anything,
it's
right?
Time.
God's willing.
It's time.
God's willing. I come out in a while, but I come out. And I come out so they go in and get fed up from me because I have to come out really for a little while to come out. These people long here, they gotta give me a little vacation of reading, you know what I mean? So the whole thing about it, I have a lot of music. Like right now, bro, I can stop recording music and just release music. I have that amount of music, you know what I mean? I'm excited about the album because I think it's something to connect not just locally or regionally, but internationally, right? I have a little surprise coming, fellas. What I'm going to tell all you, the people who tap into me right now, well, they continue to tap into me. Because
watch me now.
When they surprised.
Also, You see, me and RKGs talk from time to time. We might take a little 3 months, 6 months break, but when I tell you, if all you don't know, Jojo, this man have people in Africa and thing messaging him, like radio DJs, like message him, yo, your tune playing, ting. You understand? And I really like, because sometimes you have to not really forget where you is right now, like in terms of at home, but sometimes the outside might show you a little more love too. And that is even.
All right, so let me answer that question. That was saying dance yard before you dance abroad, right?
Right.
So that is what we're supposed to be doing, dance yard before you dance abroad.
But reverse.
If I want to be real with myself as an artist, bro, my traction, even when I watch my streams, Kenya, Zimbabwe, Nigeria, Gambia, right? The UK, there are a lot of people. If you go on my Instagram right now and just scroll down, or you seeing people in Africa singing Zungusha, you're seeing dancers dancing to the music. So it's almost like I am way more accepted outside of Trinidad than Trinidad. And no, don't get me wrong, I have no fan base here, so I can't deny that. But to say, well, all right, I have it like a Galen or a Marshall here, I would be lying to say that. I do not have that kind of pull here. But outside of Trinidad, a lot of people
the links and I'm strong. Like I also tell them, even because the artist and the DJ run parallel, right? Is similar, right? Yeah. Me and my MC, we get a lot of bookings outside of the tri-state area, right?
Yeah.
Rather than in state where we live, if that makes sense. You understand?
Bro, let me tell you something, right? Let me tell you why that happens a lot of times, right? Sometimes the people that closest to you don't really want to see you at their level or higher than them. Higher than them. You know, a lot of times, and this is the reality, right? Sometimes you link with certain people, and sometimes you will think, hey, they have your back. When that doesn't always be the case. Sometimes they take people from outside to acknowledge your talent, to say, hey, boy, them fellas and them bad. Now, the people around you know you're good enough. They know what you're doing enough. But it's just that, I don't know if it's something in our DNA as people, but it exists.
We like foreign thing. We like foreign thing.
Exactly.
We like foreign thing.
Exactly. Because I remember a certain artist say, KG, when I see them Africans and them dancing to your music, he said, boy, I thought that thing women put the song behind the video. I said, no. I said, if you watch on my Instagram, you will see me tagging some of these people. These are real people.
Right.
You know what I mean?
No AI.
No AI. Yeah.
Right, RKG, my brother, hats off. Keep pushing, keep doing it good work. And as I say, when anything drop, send it over, man. Matter of fact, I don't know how to get the exclusives anyway, so I ain't even have to.
Come on, I said it.
Yeah. I ain't had to say. I wouldn't even call this an interview. It's regular conversation.
A discussion alive.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
It is a discussion.
But you must give thanks because I believe in gratitude. You know what I mean? Gratitude is a must. You know what I mean? Gratitude is a must over the years. I mean, as you said before, we might not talk every day, but every time we link, it's always a good vibe. It's always a good energy. You know what I mean?
Right.
And that's why I'm doing right now. As I said before, we're pushing the music. We're pushing the current music. We have the album. You know what I mean? I have a lot of music that people can't really hear yet. You know, I'm excited about it. I have a big surprise coming, so people just... You see the song here? Whoever listening, I would like them to go on YouTube, share it to all your friends. Go in the comment section, drop a comment, and keep the thing buzzing. Let me set up the views.
Yeah, I say let me set it up and you watch out.
Yeah, set up the views.
Yo, well, RKG, bless up, man. All right?
Yeah, man. Bless.
Give thanks. Yeah, man.
RhythmCityFM.net.